of the house. There were holes at the top of the house. Okay? Well done. Now let's finish off with a writing rule. And we're going to talk about using paragraphs. We use paragraphs to make a text easier to read. We start a new paragraph for each separate topic in a text. So if we look back at the text we've just read, the Vikings, you can see, obviously it's all about the Vikings, but it's broken down into different aspects of that topic. And you can see it on the page. So paragraph 1, it's talking about Viking houses. Paragraph 2 is talking about York. And paragraph 3 is talking about the centre, the museum that you can visit. Okay, so for example, listen to this. Paragraph 1, we're talking about Viking countries. There were Vikings in lots of countries 1,000 years ago. There were Vikings in England, Russia and France. There were Vikings in America too. So that was paragraph 1. And then we start a new paragraph. Paragraph 2, Viking houses. There was only one room in most houses. There were bigger houses on farms. There was usually a living room, a kitchen, and a bedroom in these houses. So you can see we're talking about the same thing, Vikings, but to make it easier to read, especially when there's a lot of information, we use paragraphs to break it down into sections. So paragraph 1, Viking countries. Paragraph 2, Viking houses. Okay, so let's just review what we've looked at today. We started with transport vocabulary, and then we related that to the past simple tense using was and weren't. So there was trains 50 years ago. There was a museum 50 years ago. There were trains 50 years ago. And the negative weren't. So was and weren't. Was and wasn't. Were and weren't. And we looked at some phonics, the E sound and the 3 different ways of spelling it. And we read a text about Vikings, which used the grammar rule, were, weren't, and we discussed paragraphs. Well done, that's the end for today. Goodbye, see you next time.